So everything you say is going out on the screen.
Hell yeah, drop a dollar.
Does anybody want to help?
Yeah, what do you need?
How many you got?
They're super easy.
Those are SecKC deals? What size you want them at?
Wheel that back here. Wheel that back here. All right, back here we have the actual.
Loading here?
This.
Okay. And then this goes into here.
That's right.
And this lifts up and
They just said, oh, this month, well, that's going to work like this, and so there's just stacking stuff on this. Like, we're going to get to advertising this anytime soon. Just trying to do a little bit of AV work here.
I like it.
Awesome. Yeah, I knew you were with the information security team. You had mentioned it at some point.
Yeah.
Glad to see you.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Let's see how much fun I can have over here. How much trouble I can have.
Oh, yes. How you doing? How are you? Doing all right?
I've got one client.
Oh yeah, that's waiting here, getting
But, you know, there's nothing like that.
Fucking doing 101 too. You want it? Send it on the phone that has maps installed on it. They're all very That's lovely doors there, or you can go back there and say hi to Jim. Jim, say hi. Oh, hey, we got 2 Jims. Holy shit, DJ Jim, say hi. That's DJ Jim. Go say hi to him. You can go say hi to other Jim too. He sounds pretty cool.
All right, go ahead and meet someone new, sit at a new table, talk to random people, because it's fun. And SecKC Code of Conduct, make sure if you feel uncomfortable, you talk to someone with a yellow badge. If it's someone that has a yellow badge, go talk to someone that has a yellow badge, but not that person. Anyway, just find help.
I think it might just be me. I need to know. Well, not that. I just have a yellow badge.
All right, here is the agenda. Make excuses. Obviously, the SecKC 101 was given by me at Conopop. We have an open source intel brief with Sis Aaron and Matt Beats and blinky with FG and OpSec given by Ginsberg. And of course, thank you.
25.
You don't know the DJ's name?
For the record, it is Johnny 5. Number 5 alive.
Thank you, everyone.
Alright. This isn't actually the news, by the way. The schedule is a little bit off. I'm 5 minutes early, but I do have important things to say. So first of all, welcome to the new place. Something, you know, some words were exchanged with the proprietors of the establishment in January. Of the parts and highlights, not this one. These people are awesome. We love these people. Similarly, we didn't really tell them what this show is all about before we get out of here. So, you know, it's thank you, Barton City event staff, and please don't be offended with all the words that we said. We're all good people. We're all good people. Oh, no, hey, don't. Stop, no.
I'm gonna
It's fine, the news is for another 3 minutes. So, other things to talk about. There are restrooms here. If you see people going up the ramp, unfortunately, no one's talking to the excellent DJ. But that is where the restroom is. So, a little bit of getting acquainted. Again, new spot. Everybody should know where the bathrooms are. We've got some excellent bartenders back there tonight. This is a reminder that y'all need to buy some bevies so that we get our bevy minimum. Now, here's the thing. Normally, I wouldn't really mention that, but I seem to remember a meeting where SecKC sponsored a bar tab, and y'all motherfuckers drank through $750 worth of bar tab in 45 minutes. So, if someone is coming to me and saying, y'all need to buy more drinks, well, I'm just saying, Uber's a thing. Okay? And I want to be clear, I'm not encouraging drunk driving. Let's see. Make sure to tip them very well too, of course. Again, new event space, we want them to know how much we appreciate them. In fact, one more round of applause for our city event space folks. Yeah, if you're listening, I was for you. I hope you're still here. But bartenders, that was totally for you too. So, yeah, we like this place all right. We think it's pretty nice. I don't know if for those of you that haven't been to Jack's back before, I mean, I'm not mad about being across from that for my meetings. So, you know, nice place. I dig it, hopefully y'all dig it too. And if you don't, well, you can tell us about it in the Discord. I'll plug the Discord here in a little bit. You know what, I'm a little bit early, but that's fine because the news isn't exactly going to go like it normally goes. So, I am going to go with the normal startup spiel. So normally, if this is your, actually, whose first SecKC is this? I know we got a non-zero. All right, cool. All right, man. Y'all chose a good first time to come out. So normally we do a segment called the news, and what the news is, basing off this is the news segment. Hold on, I think I have a slide about this. Okay, yeah, how does it work? Basically, I gather links throughout the month, and then I try to tell you about them as quickly as possible. All right, we've adopted this method. God, I can't even remember what it's actually called, but basically I have 15 seconds to tell you something about the thing. It involves me mixing up words and cussing a lot and getting angry, and people seem to think it's a very fun and humorous time. And it goes pretty well. Now the thing is though, is I just stand up here and I swear a lot, and you really don't learn much, alright? So, you might be asking yourself, well, if this were a normal news segment, how would I actually learn anything? Well, this is where I plug the Discord. First of all, if you haven't joined the Discord, you're fucking it up, alright? Join the Discord, stop fucking it up. If you join the Discord, we've got a lot of different channels, but one of the channels that you'll find in that list is one called News Links. What I do whenever I get home from these meetings is I go to my computer very begrudgingly, and I drag up the news links and I post them unsorted. You have to sift through them because I'm not going to do that shit for you. You got to put in some work too. But you do get all the links of all the things that I gathered over the month. And I'm a dork, a goblin. I have no life, so you generally get a lot of different links. So, like I said though, tonight's going to be different, all right? In fact, I guess, so here, you all can maybe spot the Fed. Part of the reason why I haven't been getting the news links done as well is because I've got a new job, and I used to be on a mailing list. It's called the Red ISEC mailing list. It's the Research, Education, Networking, Information, Sharing, fucking something. Shouts out to the ISECs that are out there. If you are in a pillar of industry, you probably have an ISEC that you can sign up for. Tell your boss, yes, it is worth the money. Yes, you should sign up for it. So anyway, I used to be on the red OSINT list, and they have a daily watch report. It's great. It does my fucking job for me. Sidebar is actually the whole reason why I started doing the news. But anyway, I changed jobs. I'm not on that list anymore. I'm supposed to be, mind you, but I also have a new boss, and they haven't got me on the list. And anyway, I come up with more excuses, but I don't have an easy way to gather up links, except for the news links channel. So, it's not just me posting the month's links that go on in there. These past few months, because I've lost my primary source of news, I've relied on you, lovely SecKC contributors, posting things in the news links section, and I harvest little bits and pieces that you feed me. Shout out to Frogman if he happens to be here. Is he here? Maybe not? Oh, shit. Alright, well, easily fucking rivals CNN for reporting, and he's cured and swift on security. So, that's on the record. We're streaming that. Yeah, big shouts out. If you see anything, put it in news links. We actually enabled slowdown modes. Then we would stop talking about shit in there and make it easier for you to gather links. And I still managed to fucking not do it this month. But I do have something prepared for you, alright? I do, so here's the thing. I like to make you all laugh. It forces you to validate where I stand with you. So last night, somebody had a really good idea. Somebody said, whatever through the news, you have ChatGPT to write a concise poem that rhymes to summarize the news. Now normally, I'm going to show you how the sausage is made here. Normally, the news segment is put together that day, alright? Like I put in PTO because I wake up that morning and I go, oh fuck, I gotta get this ready. And like the PTSD sets anyway, and that's my Tuesday, alright, for putting this together. So, I bonus says this the other day, and that's a pretty good fucking idea. Yeah, I never thought about that. So, last night, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta put that shit together. Let me tell you folks, at this point, I'm positively shuddering with anticipation. The thoughts going through my head are endless. ChatGPT's gonna write this for me. I'm gonna fucking rap it in front of everybody. It's gonna be great. Awful and great. So it spits out this, alright? Now you might be thinking, alright, wow, it spits something out. And here's the thing, if you haven't worked with ChatGPT before, this output is much like all other ChatGPT in that at first glance it is very impressive, but then when you actually start to read it, you're like, ah, fuck. So, because I understand that this is small to everyone, around that second verse there, I'm going to say verses, there's a mention to a colonial pipeline, okay? A little bit further down, there's a reference to that Irish hospital hack. So, it gathered some info for me, but not from the past month. However, I did find out that I had a path to get what I wanted. This rap song's gonna have verses, motherfucker. Spoiler, it doesn't actually have verses. Alright, so I started playing around, right? You know, and again, if you haven't played with ChatGPT, you gotta massage. You gotta convince the bot to give it what you want. Alright, so I said, alright, instead of the month of February, right, I think it got confused, because AI doesn't know what a month is, I guess. I'll sleep better at night knowing that. I gave it a different one. I got really excited in the first one. In the news of security, oh so tight. Oh, that had such fucking promise. But what do we see on the second verse? Microsoft Exchange breach. God damn it! That's not February at all. Again, I'm really glad that I just, out of frustration, shitposted the Codex Mafia, this whole thing, because it's giving me the content for the news.
I didn't consent to you screenshotting our chat.
You didn't, nope. Missouri is a one-party consent state when it comes to recording. Take that to the creepy bank. Okay, so I'm not getting what I want out of it. All right, tell me about noteworthy information security events. At this point, it decides that it can't produce rhymes. Again, I slept great last night. I don't worry about Skynet anymore. I don't know what other people are doing with ChatGPT, but I'm asking it one-eyed questions over here. It is fucking flopping. What the fuck else do you say at that point, all right? Now, here's the thing. So Codex didn't consent to me telling you about what happened about 10. I at this point gave up. I was like, all right. I think I literally said to him, I guess I'll just make it a ChatGPT comedy routine, and we'll call it a day, all right? Well, Codex has a subscription to. Yeah, that's the right way to phrase it. Has a subscription to something that isn't ChatGPT, but is ChatGPT-alike? Is that a word yet? God, it probably is now. And he sent to me the output of his fucking thing, their fucking thing. And unfortunately, they were current events. DJ Johnny 5 Alive, please play the beat. Yeah, it's gonna be freeform. In the past 30 days, there's been quite a fuss with news of security that's making me cuss. But as a fact, they don't get name, won't get emails and play video games. The infamous botnet emo trend has returned with a vengeance. It's using new tricks that are causing much apprehension. ChatGPT is sharing it, rhyming, the malware now posts actual email content, making it look more legitimate, making it more potent. I didn't write these lines. Hold on, I'm not fucking around. Hold on. Wells Fargo had a costly price to pay $3 billion to make the case go away for some practices that were not all right, similar to criminal investigations and the like. Look, that was a little bit better. All right, let's see what else you got, ChatGPT. They opened unauthorized accounts, charge fees, and more. Wells Fargo's reputation took good. It was quite a score. $3 billion is a huge sum to pay. Hopefully, lessons learned will make it worth the frame. We're slipping here. Okay. Federal authorities seized the domain of the net. Still malware that caused victims to threat. Illegally control. Now I'm just fucking it up. Fuck. This is actually way more like the normal news than we ever thought it would be. We'll try the next verse. The domain is still malware called Zeus. It allowed hackers to control computers with Zeus in ease. Doesn't fucking rhyme, ChatGPT. Alright, cut that shit, Johnny 5 Alive. But give Johnny 5 Alive a round of applause. There's actually a lot more in here than I thought. Had I only the fortitude to continue with it. So, in other, it's long story short, I'm going to play with ChatGPT doing my work for me for the rest of my SecKC career. And that's all I got for you. I will give you some links in the Discord. Alright, so join the Discord, because if you don't, you're fucking it up. Alright, thank you.
there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think, that's the whole world. The room and the poster. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger.
and there's no objection.
It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger.
Glad I came up here. I didn't even know what was happening until earlier. I was going to a concert. If anybody's heard the Kadesh February. Yeah, we're going to be out there later. We got some more swag. I dropped this flag over here. I just want to put the word out real quick. SparkCon is happening down in Bentonville, Arkansas. I know it sounds far away, but it ain't that far to go through everything. Anyway.
Hold up. Hey, yo, shut the fuck up for a minute or go outside. Please, take it away.
All right, appreciate y'all. So anyways, April 15th next month, free security conference, free food, alcohol, all kinds of things. SparkCon, April 15th, look up SP4RKCON, SparkCon. Then after SparkCon, there'll be an after party, and then there's another after party after that with DJs, entertainment. We'll have Kadesh Flow, we're gonna have OMI, local, and then we're also gonna be doing villages. We're gonna have an assembly coding village, we're gonna have IP flows visibility village, and the solder village, of course. So hope to see you guys out there April 15th, Bentonville, Arkansas. Appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, come grab swag. I dropped swag over here if anybody wants.
we live.
Good job, everyone.
So, can you hear me? Yeah. So, this is part 3 of So You Want to Build a Badge.
Don't do it!
Definitely don't do it. It can't be that hard. It is really hard. Oh, seriously?
Is it more difficult? Sorry.
Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. So, previously, Network Geek gave a designing and artwork talk back during COVID, like a million years ago, where he taught you guys how to put artwork down and play with it and make it look pretty. I then gave a talk about components and layout, so you guys can put the components, the footprints on there, the LEDs, make it look cool. And then now we're going to talk about purpose of manufacturing. This is the last part. We're going to close this thing out. I'm going to show you how to actually order the parts, order the PCBs, get them in, and then you'll see a recurring theme here, rinse and repeat. So, real quick, agenda, all that stuff. Who are we? We're the Badge Pirates. There's a bunch of us out here in the crowd. We build badges for fun and no profit. So if you think about making money doing this, don't. Open up OnlyFans or something. I don't know. Cesarean. I'm still looking for yours. We make badges and electronics, learn to solder kits. We've got close to 30,000 PCBs built so far in the last 7 years. We've done 31 bag conventions over the last 5-6 years, countless SAOs and miscellaneous stuff. Who am I? I am not an expert. All right? I don't know what I'm doing, so definitely take this with a grain of salt. Not an electrical engineer. I never took a class. If you don't count, you
know you learn the most when you fuck it up.
Yeah, and I'm very knowledgeable about fucking up. And trial and error a lot of times. So my day job, principal security, as incident response. So I'm supposed to say something about this is my opinion, not my employer, or something like that. This is definitely NC-17. I'm gonna curse. I'm old and I curse a lot.
Shut the fuck up! Hey! Hey!
So,
Shut the fuck up!
DRC. Okay, if you were here for the last one, Run DRC. DRC is what checks to make sure you're not fucking it up. It makes sure that your circuit's not going to catch on fire, hopefully. It's going to tell you if your circuits are crossed. It's going to tell you what you haven't connected yet. Run it. You should be running DRC all the time. Definitely run DRC. I want to reiterate that. I've learned so much from running DRC all the time.
Does it run ChatGPT?
It does not. Yet. Wait for Google's bar to come out, I guess. You gotta wait for that. Shameless plug. Let me go over first. Last time we looked at the PCB editor, that's where we're gonna be doing everything from. This is where you look at what the PCB looks like, all right? So this is where I do all my work, mostly. This is where Network Geek does his work. He lays down the artwork and makes it look pretty, puts all those pictures on there. And this is where we lay out the footprint. So that's where we left off last time. We had just laid out all these footprints, put all the LEDs on here, the battery, the switch, and wired it so it should turn on. Okay, what I didn't cover last time is something very important. You're gonna have to do this because if not, you'll be back. Measure your board, all right? Take a measurement out of there because the manufacturer's gonna ask for that and you need to know it. So go down to the measuring tool and just measure it out. And we're gonna be working in millimeters because the rest of the world. Okay. Next, we want to create the Gerbers. So, we're going to take this drawing that we made and send it to the manufacturer. They read that with Gerber files. So first, go up to plot. Select, as you notice, I don't do anything live. I've learned, do not do it live. Select Generate Gerber. Put it in the file you want the Gerbers to be at, if not, it'll just throw it any place. And then select drill file. Okay. In this design, it's basically just one side. We're not drilling any holes, we're not being fancy, but the manufacturer's gonna say, hey, you didn't give us a drill file. I'm like, yeah, there's no drills in it. Well, please give us a drill file. They want all the parts to the files. They're expecting everything, even if you're not using it. Generate everything and send it to them, even if it's blank. Simply click on Generate Drill File. It'll say it's done. You close. Now you can plot it. So from this location, you will select just plot. We're using KeyTag. All the defaults are there. They will work. Trust me. Don't change anything because you're going to screw it up. I've had to go, seriously, I've had to uninstall KeyCAD, reinstall it, get all the defaults back because FG fucked with it, trying to make things cool. Stay with the defaults. Down there, you'll see, it's hard to see because I didn't know you guys were going to be so far away. Last time you guys were like right here. You'll see that it says 0 errors, 0 warnings. I ran DRC. I ran it several times. I fixed all the errors. It told me, hey, this trace isn't connected. Oh, okay, I'll connect that trace. I ran it until I got 0. I'm not saying it's gonna work. It's just gonna think it's gonna work. So, run DRC. Now, if I don't teach you anything tonight, what is it?
Run DRC.
Done. All right. So you run plots, it's done. All right. All I gotta do is zip it up, right? Well, yeah, you gotta zip it up. When you submit, they don't want all these files, a bunch of extra files. Just throw it in one file, zip file. At Badge Hires, we kind of try to name it, what version it is, what revision it is. That's gonna be helpful because you're gonna plot several times, trust me. Try to name your versions, that way it's easier to go back and fix them.
How many times can I use the word final in a file name?
Final? Yeah, at least 3. Well, it depends. You put final V1, V2, V3, you use the infinity right there. or 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
So zip those up, throw them in a file, and then we'll get it made. Yes, we're gonna get this thing made. Did I mention this is gonna be quick? I don't have a lot to say here, so I just want to, seriously, it's gonna be quick. Get it made. So everybody always asks me all the time, what fab shops do you use? Any of them. Ooh. What fab shops do you use? I honestly think, seriously, all the Chinese ones are the same. They are the same company, they just have different websites. I swear. Because, seriously, go to them, all their fields look exactly the same. All their websites look the same, different colors. So pick one, stick with the one that you pick. We use PCBWay. Don't think you have to use them. We just started using them and we get some pretty sucky discounts, like 1%. It's like, it barely covers the eBay cost. OSPark's a decent one to use. It's a US based, but I think they send it overseas to get it done anyway. But they're the purple ones. You'll get a purple board. Or it's Seed Studio, I think it's still Chinese, right? So when you go to their sites, they're all going to look exactly like this. Seriously, exactly. That's why I think they're all the same. They use the same format, the same templates. You're going to pick what board type. We're going to have a single board. Yeah, you can get really fancy and do a panel where you get 3 or 4 or 5 on the same panel. You're advanced if you're doing that. Work towards that. But click on basic. Just a single board. Size, you got that from the last one, right? Pick the size. 43 by 43 millimeters. In your quantity. Okay, here's a tip. $5 for 10 boards. Well, roughly, is what they're going to charge you. It's going to go up when you see a little later because of shipping, but almost everyone can get 10 boards for $5. Pretty good deal. Might as well just get 10, and then you can go throw the rest in the trash if they don't work. Quantity, yeah, that's 10. Layers, 2. Front and back. Really simple. You start getting into the 4, the 6, the 8, 12. You don't need my talk. I need to come to yours. Material, so your general board is an FR4. That's just a PC board. You can get fancy, they have flexible boards, they have boards made out of aluminum. We just stick with FR4 boards, especially for prototyping. And thickness. Yeah, I just had to put that, I'm sorry. I'm 12. I grade out the other stuff. Really, pick the defaults. What you're looking at is your solder mask and your seal screen. That's the color of your board. So green solder mask is a regular colored green board. Black solder mask is black. Green, I tell you what, you'll get it quick. That's the basic one. It's still going to be $5, but they make it a little bit easier. When you get up into the stuff, the special stuff, purples, matte black, matty purple. There's pink, costs you more money. Gray, play around with them. We like black, we like matte black, looks really cool. And then silk screen. You essentially have 2 choices, white and black. If you have a black board, it's going to be white silk screen. If you have a white board, it's going to be black silk screen. Not very many choices there. There are some manufacturers that will do custom silk screen colors. You're going to pay more for those. I would suggest starting off, you're doing prototypes, stick with your basics. Green, white, black. Play with yellow. Yellow looks horrible. Blue looks okay. I will tell you too, you get what you get. If you want a certain hue of blue, good luck. You're going to get what they send you. Surface finish is, what do I have there? Oh, that's hassle. That's lead or without lead. You know, lead is easier to solder with, I'll just say. Hassle is safer. Easy, safe, I'll let you choose. Fuck that. Surface finish, this is the cool stuff. This is where that copper color comes through. Do you want silver? Do you want copper? Do you want gold? You can get gold. Matte black and gold looks sweet. Cost you more. We usually go with silver. It's the base default one. You can do copper. And again, if you're going to do artwork, play around with them. You can get some different colors out of it, some different kind of hues and transitions and all that art shit. Via processing, leave that. Remove ID. So they're going to charge you for everything. If you don't want the super small numbers on your artwork, like 6, 7, 3, 2, 7, 8, 9, which they use to identify your board run, you can pay an extra $1.50 and get it taken off. We usually do it just out of spite. Okay. Once you fill all that in, click calculate. Look at that, it's only $5 and $25 for shipping. I know. You're gonna pay per pound. And yes, you can order 5, it's gonna be a little bit, it's like $23 for shipping. You're gonna pay for shipping. I don't think we've ever had our order cost be more than our shipping cost. And we've ordered thousands at a time. So, it is what it is. Use DHL. This here says, I read this today, it said it will ship by tomorrow or Thursday. They're pretty good at that. We'll probably ship by Thursday. It says we'll get it by, Saturday, Sunday? Nah. We'll probably get it by Tuesday, Wednesday. So you can turn around in less than a week. If you order green, if you order black, it might take a little bit longer. You might be about a week. So when you're planning your prototypes, you have about a week from the time you submit it until you get it, you can check it out. But just something to think about, shipping costs. That's gonna pile up. We ordered 6 boards for a prototype, and it was like $25 for the boards. It was like $200 for the shipping. I was like, Jesus Christ, okay. Well, we're on a prototype, so. That's fine. So, save its part, upload your zip files, and then wait. That's it. It's pretty simple. Well, and watch your email, all right? Because you're dealing with China. They make PCB boards for everybody. And when you come in here with one of your cool designs that is fancy, they're gonna have questions. You'll see. Yeah, it failed, they got all sorts of questions. Listen, run it. I understand. If it doesn't work, that's my fault. And that's how I learned. That's how I learned to do better, because they're not going to check your work for you, because you've got pictures on it. You know, in this example here, we're using a copper layer as artwork on the front. They're like, there's no electronics connected to this. It's not going to work. And we're like, yeah, we know. Go ahead and run it. And you get this a lot. Seriously, every single time. There's no drills. Did you forget that? No. I just run it. Reverse mount LEDs is the worst every single time. And we have the same, I don't know if you noticed, Karen, I don't think it's the same person, but Karen every time asks us, hey, there's no hole in this LED. We know, just run it. Please, we're doing something stupid. So watch your email. Usually you get that through within a day. They are in Chinese time, so you're going to get emails in the middle of the night. You wake up in the morning, tell them, yeah, go ahead and run it. And then wait. Now, wait, and I don't know, someplace down here, about the 3rd day, you're gonna think, shit, I forgot that component, or shit, I didn't do that right. You're gonna go back in, you're gonna fix your design. At that point, you can order it again, you can wait. Usually I have Rev 2 queued up and ready to go for when I get the component, the part in, to think, okay, is there anything else I missed? You're always gonna have, that's always gonna happen. So, rinse and repeat. You're gonna fix it again. So, when you get it, you're gonna get your boards. They're gonna come from DHL. The guy knows me. Like, he comes up, hey, Kevin, how's it going? Oh, how's the family? I mean, he's at our house weekly for the past 4 or 5 years. You're gonna get your boards in, open them immediately. Like, I have a knife by the door, because I open them immediately. I wanna see what they look like. I always take pictures and send them out. But open them and assemble them. Test it out. And you're gonna get your boards. These are the boards that we designed. And try them out. And then go back and fix what you did wrong. So we have more back there. I got like 100 of them that I ordered. It only took like 2 weeks to get them in. We have some components if you want to solder them. But I'll tell you, I built it and it sucks. It really does, right? I forgot to pour on the front so the LEDs are showing through, but it's all right. And they're only $5, right? Well, $25. So I'll design a version 2, send it off, answer the questions. Yeah, I know, there's no hole in this LED, please ship it. And we'll get it and try it again. So, important, you're gonna make mistakes. That's fine, it's $5. Fuck $5, right? It's $5. If you're ordering more than one part, it's still $5 per part, and then maybe it's $27 for shipping. So try to combine, if you've got several boards that you're going for, try doing those at the same time. But you're going to fix and repeat. Okay? Again, we have some boards in the back. We have components in the back. Feel free, grab them, go home and make them. The Gerbers and the files are on GitHub. The batch fires gets up. Go fix my shit. Make it better, please. Yeah, change 10 years to 12 because 2023 now, we're slow. But yeah, that's it. It's easy. It's fun. It's not stressful at all. It doesn't waste any money, and your spouses will love you for it. So, the word is good. Questions?
So is it true when they say 5.5 inches is average?
Nobody need more than 100 millimeters.
Yeah, 100 millimeters is all you need. Yeah, yes, so exactly. As a note, anything under 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters is going to be $5 for 10 of them. When you're doing your prototypes, try to keep it under that. If not, they'll be a little bit more. You know, if you have something that you want to go to, yeah, maybe they're $12 a piece, or $12 for total. But 100 millimeters, what I hear is the perfect size. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, one announcement. If you got a B-Sides KC badge from this year and it didn't work, as in it didn't have the components on it, or the USB wasn't installed, we've got some in the back. Come get one. We've got 7. I would like if you exchanged out your old one. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Next month we'll have some more. We are still fixing them. So another thing about badge life, you'll be fixing shit for the rest of your life. All right, thank you.
We got a little bit of in-between music. What's going on, SecKC? Yeah! How many people here for the first time? Awesome. Thank you. Come next month. Only gonna get better, right? My name is Michael Ginsberg 5150 on Twitter or on the Discord. Again, if you're not on the Discord, you're fucking up somehow, right? So I'm going to talk about operational security. I am an OSINT guy. I actually started an OSINT team about 3 years ago for a company called Complex. I'm the now Director of Cyber Intelligence and Analytics, whatever the fuck that means. But I support OSINT every single day, right? I built this team, it's a lot of fun. I've been with SecKC for almost fucking 10 years at this point, so I don't even know what to say about that. OSINT Curious, if you guys are interested in open source intelligence or anything about that. Unfortunately, OSINT Curious just closed down, but we still have all of our materials, trainings, things like that. So if you're interested, there is an OSINT channel in the Discord. Hit me up there if you want to learn more stuff, or if you like this talk and you want to hear more 15-minute talks, we're here for, right? Woo! Yee! Alright, so OpSec, let's get into it. There's a couple different things. We'll talk about operational security as a mindset. We'll talk about building a sock puppet. Because do you need a sock puppet? Of fucking course you do. This day and age? Absolutely. So, operational security is just the ability to go through and hide critical information, and you get to decide what critical information that is from adversaries. And you get to decide who adversaries are. If you, like me, enjoy hiding gas points, they're my adversary. I don't even know who I am, but I still want all the gas points, right? And I joke about marketing people and stuff like that, but they are some of the most prolific stealers and resellers of data now, right? Everyone thinks about T-Mobile hacking governments and all the shady shit, nation state actors. It's the marketing people who are selling your information and trending your patterns in regards to this stuff. So even if you just want to dabble with this stuff, hopefully we can give you a little more information to go through and live a little more privacy-focused lifestyle, if that makes sense, right? All right, anti-OSINT. What, question? Nothing? Shut the fuck up then.
He said screw marketers!
That's right, screw marketers, fuck them. So, the goal of operational mindset is to go through and to be anti-OSINT. You don't want me to go through and find you on social media, on paid, data aggregation channels, anything for
your car, your map, especially in the US, the UK, they have a little bit, or actually all of the European states have a little bit better with GDPR and stuff like that, but I can still find a lot of information about you over there as well, especially if you overshare all that stuff there. So you need to remember that what you do before makes a difference, right? You can't go through and be in the middle of an operation and then be like, it'd be really nice about a sock bug right now. No, you have to do all that shit before, which is you have to set up all your engagements, you have to go through and understand what it takes to go through and set up an email address, how that is all constructed, everything goes from there, right? We always teach to go through and kind of flex that muscle. And what that means is you need to get in the habits, just like you were with any other cyber operation or any other information security mindset. You have to continue to practice this to go through and kind of flex that muscle. Otherwise, you will not retain anything. And when it's go time, you will be sorely disappointed, right? One device per habit. It's not necessary, but the people who are a little bit more paranoid, we like to go through and say, hey, I have this sock puppet on this device. I've got this VM for this client. I've got this particular hardware for this particular operational mindset, right? So if you can't do that, that's okay. If you can do that, get in the habit of kind of breaking it out and compartmentalizing all these things, because where you get a lot of operational OpSec fails is from bleed over, from social media things saying, hey, your wife or your daughter or your sister who live in the same house, same IP address, we want to offer them to you as friends. That's when you know that sock is blown. It's done. Go ahead.
Does that mean I have to keep my porn on just one device?
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, it's really tough. But they have these things called USB keys, and you can just take everything with you. It's great. It's a game changer, right? I'm trying. VPNs, not only on your computer, but on your routers. Redundancies in place for this stuff is really key. That way, if your router goes out, you still have a VPN connection on your computer, or vice versa, right? A lot of people say, I'm never going to put a VPN on my router. And there are people that still to this day will go through and do it because of that sense of redundancy. Remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none when it comes to a lot of backups, things like that, right?
Yeah!
What's this Aaron said? Cryptocurrencies, even if you don't give a fuck about cryptocurrencies and crypto is cryptography,
yeah!
You still need to understand that the ability for you to go through and use virtual credit cards or cryptocurrencies will allow you to go through and have less of a trace. Privacy.com is a fantastic site that allows you to go through and have a virtual credit card, and you can do recurring bills, things like that. The benefit of this is that they're not selling you traffic just like Capital One would be. So just be thinking about it in terms of that. And then protecting your personal information, right? This is, sis Aaron, sorry.
Serious question. How do we have any assurance that a group as big as privacy.com isn't selling our information such as Capital One?
Right. So the only thing that you have is the users that will say their information has not come up in dedicated searches that they've been able to go through and reverse engineer and say, hey, I'm seeding this information. It's a great question. We actually will talk about disinformation here in a couple minutes, however, but there are things where we will seed into data streams to go through and make sure it comes back and says, my name is Michael James. I live at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in the White House, and I've actually had magazines come back, whatever, and be like, hey, is this your correct address? And it's like, no, but thank you for now printing that on there, right? What we can do is over time we can track that type of information and see from the sources that we're giving out, where's the mail and stuff coming back to us. So it's a good question, it's a good thought, but it's all about disinformation in regards to your own personal safety, disinformation in regards to the marketing data scrapers, things like that. So just be thinking about that type of stuff. This is one of my favorite sock puppet accounts. It's on LinkedIn. Can anyone read the name up there?
Can you?
No. You know why? Because it's backwards. What does it say backwards? SecKC OSINT, yes. Now this is a great example of a sock puppet that is a total fucking failure. The reason being is because anybody who has 2 cents in regards to this would know exactly backwards what that says. Also, there's no banner up at the top, there's no picture, and this guy is a lifelong learner at 41 years at the same university. It's fantastic, right?
I'm trying, man.
Trying. I really do that to you guys. I'm not going to do it. They are following one person that seems to be, their target in regards to their tracking. So it's very obvious that they don't have any other activity, but they do follow one person, and it's not a great sock puppet. But it's a fun one because we get to go through and point out what we not want to do in regards to that stuff. So what's the point of operational security? How do we go through and protect our online information, and how do we make these changes? Again, when do we want to have these actions in place? Before, right, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I know it's good for you. You guys had a couple drinks, it's okay. The point of operational security is just that. It's to make sure that what you want to go through and save as critical information, you know, the information of your children, maybe the information of your parents, you know, there's a lot of senior scams and stuff like that, the information that you get in regards to advancing your career. There was a guy who worked for Hy-Vee who was their IT person, bought Hy-Vee.com and put his name, his telephone number, and his personal email address on the errand reports. What a dude. Yeah, well, then that guy got graduated to cybersecurity manager, right? He's up in, what is it, Iowa, I think it is, and he's like one of the top dogs. And we can totally pattern him from 15 years ago because of all the information that he leaked in regards to that. He didn't give a shit about it 15 years ago, nor should he. But as we age and progress and make more changes in our life, we're going to have more things we want to go through and keep and less than we want to lose. So be thinking about that as a historical aspect of it as well. The things we do before start to matter with that stuff. So that's just a little bit of an example of that. And I think everyone here knows Hy-Vee, right? Yeah? Yeah. So again, what are some of the things you can do to go through and to get into this operational mindset, especially with the dedicated VMs? You know, you can use Oracle VM, VirtualBox, I guess if you want to. If you really hate yourself, you can kick your Zoom. You can do other things if you enjoy Linux. Proton VPN is my go-to for any of the VPN stuff. I like privacy, private access PIA, but I've heard bad things about them actually trying to sell things to the feds and stuff like that now. I don't know that you're ever going to get away from that, but I do know that Proton doesn't really store a whole lot of that stuff. So even if they gave you the information, they're just going to get your PGP key. That's about all they can do, right? The other things you want to go through and do is, like I said, VPN everything with that and separate kind of your workspace. Make sure you can kind of compartmentalize what you're doing. This laptop right here has never been on my home network. It's always on my hotspot for my phone. I'm a little bit nuts, I'm a little bit crazy, but I really like the ability for this to be an unconnected device where I can take it anywhere. If any time I feel like it's burned, I can go through and clean it, put a new VM on it, or put a new operating system on it, and just, that is what this is for, right? So it's never touched my home Wi-Fi network. Some of the other things that we do in open source consultants for especially Wi-Fi networks, if we're looking and we can find your SSID or your BSSID, has anyone ever heard of Wiggle? Wiggle done that? Yep. So it's really useful to go through and pull down all the KML files, which is basically a Google map overlay with all of the SSIDs. So if we can triangulate and search for specific SSIDs, and then we can pattern out all of those, that we can show you in a live Google Earth view of all of the places you've been war-driven, right? So that's another thing, another reason why, if for some reason somebody got a hold of my laptop, this one is least dots for convention's sake, but we're not tied to my house, so they couldn't go through and pull that. It seems weird, it seems paranoid, it's all that stuff, but that's the operational mindset when you're trying to go through and separate and do privacy-focused things with a lot of this stuff, right?
Now, will Wiggle elate or remove your address if you have the, I forget the string, but you used to be able to add a string at the end of your SSID, and Google wouldn't add it to their database.
I don't think so, because a lot of that's manual. A lot of that still is war-driven. There are people, even like, anybody go to Circle CityCon or any other things like that, I know there are still people that do competitions on the weekends for war driving to see how many SSIDs they can collect, and they're manually entering that stuff. So for scraping automation and for the Google Drive rounds, absolutely right. That should still work. For the manuals, no. You're not going to go through and get that removed unless you absolutely go in there yourself and have Wiggle remove it as a request. And that is not really going to go through and happen either. They're just going to be like, oh, we didn't see your email service. Take it down the road. So when we're talking about operational security, we need to talk about the devices themselves. A good way for you to go through and get a fingerprint on what your digital footprint on the internet kind of looks like. These are a couple different sites. Deviceinfo.me is owned by Michael Hoffman, he was a SANS instructor for open source intelligence. Openness is a very detailed fingerprint of what your computer reads back to you, what fonts you use, to the point of microphones, keyboards, Bluetooth access, all that stuff. And it can give you a lot of really, really good information that you can go through and say, okay, I want this not to be available, right? Cover your tracks from EFF. Everyone knows the Electronic Frontier Foundation. Good guys. Cover your tracks is also at tracking session token cookies, things like that. So they will show you who is tracking you. If it is a low, medium, or high grade tracker, if it goes across different platforms like Facebook trackers and stuff like that, those are very persistent. Hoover, which is my favorite, as you know, right? It is very much just like deviceinfo.me. It has a really good ability to go through and tell you kind of what is being beaconed from your system to client-side servers that are recording this information. Not only like your user agent string, but then also, like I said, what configuration and keyboard is your language in? Or flip that, what language is your keyboard in, right? We can do that. And browser leaks. Like I said, this is also another good one that's coming from privacy-focused people that's telling you what else your browser is leaking. So session tokens, anything else, whatever that, your geolocation, things like that. Those are all things that if you can, you should go through and kind of stop, right? More about the browser. This is hardening for the browser. So password managers, how many people use a password manager in here? If everyone's hand's not up. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Can we make that a drinking game for next month? Every time a drink goes by, everyone takes a drink.
I actually love drinks.
Now I use a reverse password manager. All my passwords are just 142.
What are they?
142.
Oh, you got an extra 4 in there.
Yeah. Everyone knows now 140. No, yeah. Password
Man,
manager.
don't forget. You're going to remember it for me, right?
I surely will until it's my device. Password manager is fantastic, and here's one of the main reasons why. There's a lot of phishing activity now with called browser and browser attacks. Have you heard of this? This is where an iframe pops up after you go to the original site, which is a good site, but then the iframe pops up and it's actually trying to go through and steal your credentials from a different URL. If you have a password manager, it will not populate that second iframe, and so it knows it's not the direct URL that you're trying to go to. It's a real easy button for phishing attacks, especially for browser and browser attacks, which are very, very difficult to go through and see. So definitely invest in a password browser. Password manager. I prefer Bitwarden. A lot of people like OnePass. I don't give a shit what you get, and they're all going to get cracked, so it doesn't matter. All the vaults are going to go bad, right? HTTPS everywhere. Just do secure socket stuff. It's great.
KeyPassXC is offline, man.
I do like KeyPassXC.
HTTPS everywhere is gone too.
It's gone?
Yeah, EFF retired it because we're at 98.1%.
Yeah.
They decided it's not needed anymore.
I swear it's still working, but that's okay.
I mean, it might still work, but it's not
forcing traffic to 443 as opposed to 80 and stuff.
Right. It's not. They don't maintain it or
No,
have
that
it
may be true,
available anymore.
But if you have the app, or if you've got the browser,
if you've already got it.
Yeah.
But
privacy badge is another good one. It does block a lot of those session tokens and stuff like that. Location guard is great because you can spoof your location. So if you want to say you're from Russia and you want your browser to go through and to be the one saying that, as opposed to your Twitter photos or something else. So the higher level that you go up, the better the signal that you're getting out for that stuff. uBlock Origin is fantastic because it does a lot of the same things that other add-ons do. uBlock Origin will also go through and get rid of paywalls if you hack it, if you play with it. It does have a JavaScript console, so you can actually get some of the serious things in there. User agent string switcher is critical. You can be the Google Spider, you can be the Baidu Spider, you can be an iPhone 7. Doesn't matter what it is. But the point of it is we want to go through and appear as sheep-like as possible. We want to fit in with all of the other traffic on the network. If yours is the only one that stands out, that means you're the easiest one to go through and track, and that means by target of opportunity, you're going to be the one that's a victim, right? So we want to blend in. But what that means is there are like robots.txt files that will say, oh, Google, Baidu, all these other spiders, you can't go to these certain directories, you can't go to these certain file things. So just be aware that it is good, but it will limit some of the things you can go through and get into sometimes. And then Canvas Defender. Canvas essentially puts out a lot of, or the Defender puts a lot of signal to noise ratio kind of stuff out there. So Canvas is one of those things that they found back in 2015, I think it was, that you can fingerprint people's specific browser base, and it's really easy to go through and pin somebody across the internet. So it's good to go through and have, because this is rolled into most modern like HTML, CSS, JS stuff. So watch out for Canvas. These are special mentions, but these are really important ones. For the Firefox browser, if you use that multi-account containers, it's like compartmentalization, but it's for your browser. You can have all your separate accounts and stuff like that, and there's no bleed over in regards to that stuff. Images, I don't know, IMAGUS is my favorite thing in the world. If you hover over a picture, it will expose the original picture of whatever that is, right? So it will blow up, and you can see sock puppets that create their accounts that go through and try to take stuff and then switch the angles on it. You can see the background of whatever somebody was photographing. It's pretty fun. One tab is just a memory reduction thing. It takes all of your 7,000 tabs you have open at one time. Is it just me? And then it puts all of them in one file there, right? And then single file, for open source intelligence, we like to go through and do a lot of offline, investigations and stuff. Single file is fantastic for pulling the HTML down and a graphical copy of the web page that you're looking at. So if you ever want to go through and go back and do offline research on a website as opposed to just cloning it through Python or something, you can do this in the browser. Sock puppets. Okay. Do you need one? Yeah. Yes? I think so. There's a lot of people that are out there trying to go through and harvest information about you. There's a lot of people that will do malicious things and will go through and tag you and things and stuff. I have not had a Facebook account since 2010, but I have 3 Facebook accounts and an Oculus Meta account on there. But it's not me, right? You can still survive in their ecosystem. You can still go through and give them credit card information. You can still go through and act like you normally do by not giving them all of your fucking information. So, just be aware of that stuff. How do we build the accounts, right? What do we go through and need? We've stopped fighting the cause of burner phones and things like that, and we'll get into some of the things we actually try to do. The purpose is really directional, right? It's depending upon what you want to go through and do. If this is for an OSINT investigation, then you need to go through and have it, because otherwise, if you're looking at LinkedIn, you're going to burn the contact by looking at it with your specific login account, right? You don't want to go through and do that. If you're in law enforcement, if you're in the government, and you are looking at mysterious or bad people doing bad things, Tor node, things like that, if you download anything off the Tor network, then your IP is exposed. So the more that you can go and put between you and the bad guy, the bad event, the bad marker, or whatever it is, gives you an opportunity to go through and walk away from that, and then still retain all of your personal information and your personal safety. So it's just something to be thinking about. The purpose is really up to you in regards to that stuff. Are we interacting with targets? This is where people will go through and differ in regards to sock puppets. Generally, you want to go through and be as kind of bland as possible so that you can retain your information on that platform. But there are a lot of platforms, as they want to do, they want you to be social. I hate it. I hate this, right? But they want you to go through and interact with all these other people and make friends and all this other stuff. So you need to go through and have an account where if you're going to join groups or make friends or become part of different avenues in regards to these social media networks, that you have to be able to stand up to the scrutiny for what your SOC actually talks about, right? Devil's in the details. So if you are a specific person that lives in a specific area, then you need to kind of run through these different scenarios, because this is called building the legend, right? This is what you will walk back in regards to your backstory for setting up a sock puppet. And it doesn't need to go through and be like 12 months worth of work, hiring acting coaches and doing all that shit, whatever, right? We'll show you that there's a lot of stuff, especially with ChatGPT, with AI, with all these other things. You can automate 90% of this stuff, but you have to go through and know where this stuff is, and you have to be able to go through and retain and get to this information. Otherwise, you are going to burn a sock puppet account. So it's just things like that, right? Fake name generator, one of my favorite sites of all time. It is fantastic. There are some other ones that are coming up that are better. Kenneth C. Boner is one of my favorite people in the whole world at this point. I will say the social security number is something that will get you caught. Back when I was doing private investigation and skip tracing and stuff like that, we used to go through and use, it was called Black Book Online, and it would verify whether someone was alive or dead by the social security number. You can run that social security number, and it will tell you if they're deceased or if it does not exist. It will not tell you if they're alive. That's the only thing it won't tell you. So there are some ways to go through and check for that stuff. This is a free search. If you have something like LexisNexis, or if you have something like Intellius or Spokio, and you run social security numbers, they will go through and flag it and say, yes, this is good, and no, this is not good, or yes, this is good, but this is the name that came back. So you gotta watch for that stuff. The telephone numbers will be good on this stuff. They will auto-forward. It's a VoIP number. You cannot use it to go through and construct things like Google accounts or Yahoo accounts, which, why would you? But there are some other things like Facebook, Twitter, any of the other ones. Even ChatGPT is asking for telephone numbers now. Those VoIP numbers are known, and they will not allow you to go through and use those as confirmations, the SMS or anything else like that. The other thing is the emails. The emails are horrible because it's like rhyta.com. There's no one who has that domain who is for the personal email. But they do work, and they do auto-forward. I'm doxing myself here, but my company email address there, if it forwards there, then you'll be able to go through and see it. The problem with this is it only lasts for a certain amount of time. So if you have it and then the stock goes kind of dead for 3 months, and then you come back and try to use the email, it will not work. It will migrate it on to something else. Just like those 10-minute emails, 20-minute emails.com, things like that. That used to be a very popular way to go through and set up a real quick stock account. Those things no longer work. GXM.com, things like that. Those are still good. Those are privacy focused, but there are better ways. And the better ways are to go through and really just get a Gmail account. So don't fight the system, just get Mint Mobile, get an old device, actually sign up on the device for the Gmail account. They're not here for me. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Keep going.
Sure. No, did you call? No. Get something that is valid, right? The Gmail is probably the king of all emails in regards to this stuff, setting up sock puppets. You can go through and put it however you want, but take an actual physical device, get a SIM card from Mint Mobile, which I'm not super happy with Mint Mobile. I love Mint Mobile as a service, but they're going to get bought by T-Mobile. I don't know if anybody else heard about T-Mobile. They had a bad year last year. They were breaching over 100 different times in 2022. The hackers basically lived in the break room and drank from their coffee cups, right? Like, they were embedded in their shit. I really do like Mint Mobile because they don't ask a lot of questions. I can give them any name, I can give them any credit card, and I can give them any address, and I don't give a shit. It's fine. In Europe, and for those countries that go between SIM card and SIM card, country and country, this is a really easy way to go through and just build sock puppets. Make sure you keep the telephone number, but then as soon as you get the email verification for the telephone number, switch it to multi-factor authentication, like a Google Authenticator or Authy, which is a mobile-based one, and then you don't ever have to have that telephone number again, because every time you authenticate that email address, it'll come through that Google Authentication token or Authy, and you're done with it. I do have notebooks in my house of like SIM cards with like legends and all this stuff. You can flip through it, but it's not necessary. One thing that is necessary is an avatar. And you can see here, these are examples of this person does not exist. Obviously with ChatGPT, with Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, there's even another one on Discord right now called Blue Willow, and most of them are free. You can get pretty good accounts where we're 25 credits a month for free, things like that. What you can't get is nightmare fuel though. So this was the same picture, and in the other side of the picture there's just this elephant man looking thing. I kind of missed that, but that is something that you will get with GAN kind of generated, so general adversarial network pictures and things like that. AI's come a long way in regards to this stuff. I mean, they're still not really good with fingers, with teeth, with ears, or with smiles. You can definitely tell when you're looking at these. I've caught a couple different sock puppet accounts for Insider Threat on LinkedIn sharing information about companies, and you can tell because like they have 3 rows of teeth. It's really weird.
They're just lizard people.
Yeah, they're mole people that come up. Global warming is, it's
Ask it to rhyme.
This one is also another one. This is I don't know what it is, but there's like a dragonborn person on the inside.
It's a whole other baby on that ear.
Yeah. With like the teeth that are like it's the more you look at it, the worse it gets, right?
Yeah.
It's really bad. But this is the type of stuff where like if you just had it and they cropped the image of the nice face. If you had that images, if you have that thing where you can click on it or just look at the picture, that is what you'll see. Not the other thing, not the nice picture. You'll get the whole thing there, which is fantastic. One thing for operational mindset, make sure that if you are using any GAN-generated or AI-generated things, you will never be able to go get back to that photo because they don't exist. So you need to make sure you have it saved as a JPEG, a PNG, SVJ, or what is it?
SVG.
SVG, yeah. If you can get a vector graph, you gotta do that. Keep that stuff in the USB with your porn. Keep it all together there. Go ahead, sorry.
Not for somebody that.
I mean, I don't judge. We were talking about people with backwards knees earlier, so yeah.
So I have a question. This might be gray area.
Sure.
Wise.
Oh, we're SecKC. It's fine.
Well, what about snagging some of your coworkers' kids and running them through an aging filter?
So what I was saying. What?
That's fucked up.
There we go.
You can go through and do that stuff. Modification, like there is a way to go through and just flip the image and then go negative and then flip it again and then colorize it. So it does distort the image enough. What I will say is a lot of times, especially for social media networks, if you can use something that doesn't have a face, it's even better. And the reason being is because what Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, what they're looking for is active updates in regards to your profile. If you put a face on there that is let's say it's a white male, and then it switches to a white female later on, they will sometimes go through and you'll get caught up in bans and stuff like that. If you can just do arms or bust, if you can do tattoos, if you can do things that aren't specifically characterized and facial recognized, then it's better for the stock of it. What's up, Sister?
From a purely ethical point of view, that perspective still stands. I think if at any point you're using an image, to answer the question really, if you're using an image of a real person without their knowledge.
Not a real person. Sorry.
I didn't set that. This is the Venn diagram of that conversation, and this one's two different circles.
Okay.
But again, using the image of a real person without their consent, that is ethical black area.
Yeah.
Even if you're morphing it.
What about stock photos? They got paid for those. And
Yeah, stock photos. If you
Stock is a different thing. If your coworkers' kids are in a stock photo, then
if everyone's heralded at that point, then it's fine, right?
The idea behind, I don't have kids of my own, but the idea
Nor
of
should
snagging.
you.
No, what was it? I'm sorry.
No, I said nor should you.
Oh!
I'm just.
No, but just like a hashing function, if you run something
Sure,
through an agent,
sure.
you're going to be able to reduplicate the face.
it would be good. It would be good for uniqueness. It would be good for uniqueness, but it would still be ethically bad.
Right.
End
So
of period.
I like this stock photos of a kid model.
Yep.
Age it.
That's fair game.
20 years, you know.
Still weird. Fair
Still
game.
weird.
Still weird. But we're talking about anatomy. That's
Exactly.
You are 100% right. We're talking about operational security and anonymity in regards to the internet and stuff. Like I said, I would prefer if people go through and walk away with this with not using any sort of face, just because you can't go through and facial recognize a tattoo, right? You can understand what a tattoo is. You can go through and look for it. You can reverse image it. But if there are other people, and this is what happens a lot of time, January 6th, other stuff like that, where people will get out and they will stop the frames and they will try to go through and reverse image people's faces and they will fuck up that person's day. And it's not even the real person, so they're doing attribution on stuff they really have no business doing it on. So if you have a fake person who's been ageified or something else like that, or even these like Lensa AIs where it's putting you in like a fantasy situation and it's making you glow with a halo and shit like that, even if somebody gets wind that it structurally looks like them, they will go through and try to cause problems. There was a guy who was not at January 6th, but he was a professor in South Carolina, and he was he lost his job because he looked like somebody who was at the January 6th event. So I prefer not to go through and use any of those photos with any of the faces if you can avoid it. But do what you again.
Screen saver.
Oh, this is obviously what you want to go through and have for your personal security and protection. So, all right. Also, like I said, filling out your legend in regards to this apartment does not exist. It's a real thing. You can go through and look at different, interiors and exteriors. You can do this resume does not exist, so you can auto-gen resumes. I would definitely not go through and just let this one fly because they say that they do several different things, like they lead a team of 100 that increases the risk rating to $110 million, and then they also increased companies from 500% over 7 years. They do amazing things that you would have to go through and kind of explain. So just watch through that stuff when you're looking at this. This cat does not exist. This is great until you realize that some of those cats don't have legs. They're just loafs.
They're just hiding. They do that.
They do that. I've seen it. I've got 2. One only has 3 legs, but I'm still looking for the 4th one. There are these companies or these startups do not exist. You can very quickly get a WordPress or a Wisdom, what you see is what you get kind of website. You put this stuff up. Watch out for these as well because these are not really editable. But it is like the Facebook for cooking. It also has printing and blockchain. What the fuck is going on in this company here? I don't understand they're printing the blockchain or baking it, but they also have very limited skill sets in regards to reuse. So you can see Skinnadude, with the guy at the bottom, and the other gentleman up the top with the team are these same avatars. So you'll have to watch out for that stuff. It's like I said, it's what you do before that matters. If you're prepping this stuff, it's not a big problem, right? And again, we no longer fight the process. We don't want to go through and have the VoIP, the local burner. We don't want to go through and use our number. Even Google Voice numbers, which I was able to use for quite a number of years to go through and build sock puppets, they're aware of that stuff now. There was a fantastic product called MySudo, which was only for iPhone for a long time. It still works, but for free there will be 3 accounts, 3 telephone numbers, 3 addresses, and you can kind of compartmentalize that kind of stuff. If you pay for it, they give you up to 9. The problem with it is you can only use those telephone numbers and those email addresses inside that ecosystem because they will not verify outside of that. It's a known block of numbers that was purchased for that company that does VoIP service for that stuff. So you can still use it. The best thing to do, the most foolproof, is get an old phone. You can buy them for $99 on Amazon if you want a Google old phone. You probably have some. There is the SecKC black market. So if you do have old phones, or if you're looking for old phones, check there because there's always people wanting to go through and get rid of their shit, right? That being said, T-Mobile starter account's pretty good. Verizon starter account's pretty good. The king is still Mint Mobile because it's Ryan Reynolds, so you can't fuck with that, right? And that's, yeah, see, even from the back, right? That's about all of that here. I do want to show you one other thing.
Tello is $5.
I'm sorry?
Tello is $5. Yeah.
Talos? Is that
Tello?
Oh, okay. And there's Trace phones, and there's some other ones whatever from Walmart. A lot of people want to get into the controversy of how do I buy the accounts? Should I send a homeless man into Walmart to go through and take my $50 and buy it? Sure. If you want to go through and do that, if you're worried about operational security that bad, maybe you shouldn't have a phone at that point because triangulation is still a thing. There are a lot of people that will say, I'll put money on a card and it's a vanilla prepaid card. I'll use that. I'll go buy it from a different distributor, and then they're worried about their steps backwards and facial recognition on cams and stuff like that. There are people that will go to those links to go through and do that stuff. At that point, just buy Bitcoin and just do it online. That's my cure for that stuff. But it just depends on really what you want. One of the things that I will say is a lot of this came from this X does not exist, right? These are all GAN-generated different things. It's kind of a cool site because it is this person, and this is images kind of working in the background. You can see it how it'll go to a specific photo and it'll show you the whole thing there. I don't know why I landed on waifu, but you know, it's, this is being recorded to it. But yeah, this motion does not exist. This vessel does not exist. You can do this with cars.
There is an algorithm.
Yeah, there's always an algorithm, right? Or an app for that?
Well, that's why it's on my foot. There is an algorithm.
Oh, that's why I just happened to land on that one? Yeah, good. This snack does not exist, this chair does not exist, all this stuff, whatever. So play around with this stuff when you get into this book does not exist. If you want to start posting on WikiFeed, go ahead, you know. This horse does not exist, all this other stuff. So you can get into some really weird stuff. I don't know why it's on ponies. This was the last thing that I want to show you before we kind of get out of here. This is the fucked up Homer Simpsons that I just deleted. Come on, you piece of shit. Okay. So this, yeah. No joke. This is a fucked up Homer Simpson, right? And you can click through it. It's all these different things. You can actually.
Is cursed.
Yeah. You can actually do NFT images of this stuff and own it on blockchain and all this stuff, whatever. This is more for fun than OpSec, but that's about it. I know we've had some questions. You again, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm the idiot here.
No, this is good.
So other than giving you shit about the algorithm,
yep.
And
then the ponies, yeah, I get you.
Can you talk about mail drops and virtual addresses?
So depending upon what you want to do, mail drops are really good. And if you want to get into apps like Neighbors, there are ways where you can go through and you can look for properties that either have not been sold or are being built, and you can go through and get the address, and you can go through and claim that address as your own. And then in Neighbors or in Drops, you can actually go through and serve that as your Sock Puppets account there. So you can do virtual drops, you can do physical drops. What we recommend, depending upon your level of privacy and your need, is to, there's a lot of people who are doing like van life and tiny homes and stuff like that. You can actually become a permanent resident of Texas without actually living there. You can just have to pay, it's like $150 a month or something. They will give you residency and they will give you an address in Texas. So you can actually go through and have everything shipped there. Even if you're in Colorado or Wyoming or Europe, doesn't matter what it is. So there are some definite advantages having a physical address versus virtual address for adoption in regards to your sock puppets, yeah.
Yeah, to add to that, there are reseller services. I mean, obviously don't do anything through them, but that could help with certain schemes. Also, there is a for the exercise of the listener, there was a former Kansas City native that was recently picked up by the feds because he pretended to be a Fed and ran a whole lot of virtual offices through Washington D.C. addresses. So it can be used.
Yep, there was a guy out in Afghanistan, and he was not a military contractor. He was just kind of a loungeabout kind of guy, and he was a very good social engineer. And he ended up getting many $million-dollar contracts and just recruiting local Afghanis and Iraqis to go through and to do his basically like Blackwater militia type shit. And he had a lot of different virtual addresses, and he would have other people go through and set up at their locations. So it was, oh, I'll pay you back, go ahead and set this up at your house for me to go through and do this. And it was a lot of the government chasing their tail because they could never catch the guy, even though he was cashing all the checks. They couldn't go through and pin down where his physical location was, and he got away with it for like 10 years or something. They just now got to talking to him. But that was some crazy shit. Any other questions? Yes, go ahead.
Very last one.
That's okay.
Oh, okay, very last one. So we talked about Wi-Fi SSIDs.
Sure.
Do you know the scheme or middleware for a persistent or short-lived SSIDs that will help manage that?
I mean, the best thing is 4G, MyJets, or any of the, like you can even get it from the libraries now, where they will give you a MiFi, and you can go through and have that as your SSID, and as long as you can go through and reset it and keep it persistent, then it's something you can use for short term. In regards to long term, pick somebody else's house. Go to Starbucks. Go to places that have established Wi-Fi and use that. There are people, and this is no joke, where they will go out of town to go through and create sock puppet accounts, and they will go to hotels, they will go to restaurants, they will go to coffee shops, and they will take the weekend to go through and develop a sock puppet, leave that stuff in the car in an RFID bag so it doesn't transmit, and then that's their sock puppet. They've got all that stuff. That is for the uber concerned in regards to that stuff, but there are some use cases for it. But yeah, there is some stuff with that.
So I came in towards the end of the talk.
I'm
I had
so
a
sorry.
question about the.
You saw the nightmare fuel?
I saw the nightmare fuel. That's all I really saw.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, great way to get into the talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess my question is, with regards to AI-generated content,
Sure.
what do you think the mid to short-term exposure is based on the potential for misuse? Because I saw that those were generated via GANs.
Sure.
And so, what do you think the exposure is for AI detection where, for example, Google might just de-rank?
Yep.
Oh, hey, you've decided that you're going to create a fake business with a fake human being as your
You
CEO.
set up this entire back
Yeah,
shelf.
you've set up
Yeah.
the whole package.
Yeah.
What do you think the short to midterm exposure with countermeasures is?
The really tough part about it is automation is really one of those big things, especially for companies now. I used to work for a company that was doing fintech stuff, and they would guarantee you within a day, 24 hours, but more likely 30 minutes, they would approve you for a credit line, right? So a lot of these people were doing that. They were setting up fake shell companies, they were doing LLCs, or they were doing 501c3s or something else like that. And they were having, all these other people go through and fill out all this other information and stuff. And so they would approve these credit lines, rack it up, and then it would be fraud, right? There's really nothing they can go through and do about it, but there is a lot of deepfake detection stuff that is working right now. Mid to short-term and midterm, we're going to have to go through and understand that there are some things you can do, especially with these GAN-generated images. The pupils are always in the same place. You can go through and run through 1,000 of them. There is literally a script that will go through and do with like Aquatone or with Eyewitness, where it will go through and measure where those are, so you can go through and check for some of that stuff. But it's really going to be combating it through automation. That's really going to be how it's going to have to be done, unfortunately. Eventually, it's the one world government where everyone installs a chip and everyone is
To
dealing
clarify
with
my
online,
question,
right?
I guess I'm wondering, how long do you think it'll take for industry response where they just, it's a race with GANs.
Yep.
But at the same time, the adversarial networks.
Well, yeah, and the ChatGPT, the stable diffusion, all that stuff, it's going to get increasingly more difficult. It's the same thing for hackers to go through and find the vulnerability and then the blue team to go through and do the patching. It's a constant building of arms race with that stuff. It's going to be, I mean, before we get to next year, we'll have detections and stuff that I think will work.
Sure, and I guess going back to my original question, when do you think that industry response is going to kick in, where they just, if the automation detects it, you're getting deranked down there?
It really depends on how much it affects the revenue, right? Downtime is the #1 kick in the ass with that stuff. I will say it's probably next year. On the short term, because there's already, if you go to Hugging Face, if you go to any of the GitHub projects that are looking for ChatGPT just author detection, not so much like plagiarism, but just is it the same style of a GPT article?
Sure, humans can recognize it at this point if you play enough.
Yeah, it just depends on, the problem with humans is weak to sleep, right?
Yeah.
So automation is really where you go through and scan the internet, you pull all the HTML out, and then you're able to go through and scan all that stuff through. So automation is going to be one of the only keys to go through and combat that at a large scale, which is what companies are going to want to do. Because no one cares about your blogger site, but everyone gives a shit about Meta, right? It's unfortunately it's a huge thing. So if you're creating software accounts, if you're doing disinformation on there, if you're selling scams, or if you're doing trafficking, there's a lot of things on there that they will go through and very viscerally jump on, and that's going to be part of it. Yeah. Good question, thank you. Anybody else? I've never met you. Go ahead.
I have a rebuttal about your sleep theory.
Oh, my sleep theory?
Yeah, meth.
Oh. You're coming out with all the gyms. You got porn and meth. We need one more.
I am from Independence.
Independence? Okay. Yeah, I think you lost your spot.
One last question. What's your Wi-Fi password?
My Wi-Fi password is locked in my password manager. Does anybody else have anything? I know we're at the end. This is supposed to be a 15-minute talk. You guys are horrible creatures.
Oh, you're too good.
No.
Round of applause!
So, that's the end of our show for this month. Quick show by sound. What do you think of this new venue? I would agree with that. I would agree with that as well. So, yeah, that is all the talks that we have for the night. From what I just everybody play some more beats for a little while. Keep on schmoozing, drink a little bit more if you like. Again, do drive safely. Call it Uber if you need to. I'm going back at least Summit if you need a ride. It's that way. Fuck, it's not that way. I'm just shit.